안녕하세요, 여러분. 저는 Alex이에요. Hi everyone, I'm Alex. Today we're going to be learning 6 simple emotions and how to express them correctly in Korean. Let's start with an emotion we're all familiar with, to be happy. The infinitive of this verb is 행복하다. 행복하다. You've probably heard it said this way in the infinitive in things like songs or poetry. However, this is not really how you would say it in conversation. To do that, you would want to say 행복해요. That's 행복해요. Although you've probably heard 행복해요 used in K-pop songs, this isn't really typically how Koreans would use the word. The thing is, in Korean, there are a lot of different words to express the nuances of, feeling emotions. So even though 행복해요 is the correct way to say it politely, you would typically only use this word in situations with a lot of gravity. On to the next. So we just learned how to express happiness. Now let's learn how to express anger. In the infinitive, to be angry is 화나다. That's 화나다. You have to pay attention, though, to where you use this word because it's not an adjective and it's not a descriptive verb. It's an action verb. That means that it's always describing the feeling to be angry in the present tense. To say it politely in conversation, it would be 화나서요. That's 화나서요. It's the EO, not an O. Again, because of the nuances of emotions, Koreans typically are more specific with the words they use to express their anger. On to number 3. You can probably guess which emotion I'm going to talk about next. We did happy, we did angry, so of course, now we're going to do sad. Again, just like anger, there are typically more nuanced terms to use when you're expressing sadness because you could be sad that you didn't do well on a test, or you could be sad that your grandmother passed away. The Korean for the emotion to be sad is 슬프다. That's 슬프다. You can still use it politely in conversation by saying 슬퍼요. That's 슬퍼요. Again, EO, not O. If you want to talk about being really sad, you should use the word 울하다. That's 울하다. That means to feel depressed. On to the next. If you watch a lot of K-dramas, you're probably pretty familiar with this next word. Of course, we're going to talk about to be in love. In the infinitive, to be in love is 사랑에 빠지다. That's 사랑에 빠지다. Remember how I said that when expressing anger, it's always in the present tense? Well, to be in love is always expressed in the past tense. To use it politely in a sentence, you're going to want to say 사랑에 빠져서요. 사랑에 빠져서요. This translates to I've fallen in love. And if you really need to express love in the present tense, you can always add on the descriptive verb 있다. That's 있다. On to the next. All right, now things are going to get a little more complicated. So if you want to say to be bored, that would be 심심하다. That's 심심하다. Now, this specifically means the feeling of being bored, not to describe something that is boring. So if you want to say the right thing and you want to describe yourself feeling bored, it's 심심하다. So unlike the other verbs that we've already looked at, 심심하다 isn't conjugated. It's primarily a casual use verb, so you only want to use this around your friends and your juniors, so people younger than you. Again, it's just the same 심심하다. And now for the last one. To end on a positive note, let's talk about how to say that something is fun. Now, I know that having fun isn't technically an emotion, but this descriptive verb can be used to express feeling or express enjoyment. So that's the feeling. In the infinitive, this verb is 재미있다. That's 재미있다. Also, unlike being bored, you can say this one politely. It would become 재미있어요. That's 재미있어요. The great thing about this verb is that Koreans often use it to mean that something is funny or to say that they had a great day. And there we go. We have officially finished 6 basic emotions and how to express them. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you watch my next video too. Thanks so much. 안녕.